Right.
Hey YouTube, Volcanic here, and I'm back with another video for you. And today's the answer to my Q&A video, and I have a Q&A question here in the box from Collector's Talk. Vampire sent me 20 questions here he'd like me to answer, so I'm going to start with that. So alright, so question number 1, where do I feel safe? To be honest, I don't have a place I feel safe in. You've heard some of my history, so you know that pretty much anywhere you are, something bad can happen. So I actually feel safe around certain people. That'd be my best answer, you know. It's not the place, it's the people. What would be my weapon of choice in a zombie apocalypse? I would have to say probably a machete. A machete, maybe tape that to the end of a staff or something, you know, something really durable. You know, I don't know, definitely, because the sword, like you said in yours, that would, you know, it wouldn't last. You know, it only goes so far, and then, you know, a machete's definitely more of a sturdier weapon, and it's got the reach, and, you know, it does the damage you need. So, yeah. If I had to fight someone, who would it be? I don't really have to fight anyone with my fists. There's nobody that I can think of that I would fight with my fists. But there's a whole lot I would fight with if I could, you know, things that I feel that are just wrong, you know, like big drug companies and stuff like that. We're never going to get a cure for any big diseases if they can sell us bottles of medicine for $10,000 a month and drain your whole bank account before you die. You know, there's no way they're going to put out a pill that you take for $5 it's going to cure you overnight. It just won't happen. You can't. That would take down a billion dollar corporations. And when things get too big like that, you know, that's when things like this happen. And I definitely would, if I had the know-how and the money, I would definitely go after them, and I would make it so that, you know, things are done more fairly, and there's people have, you know, are being watched and held accountable for what they do. So up next, let me see, if I could learn from someone. Oh, that's a tough one. There are so many people in history I would love to learn from. I mean, so many people I would like to learn from. That'd be a tough, really, really tough one for me to pick out one. Wow, I can't even think of one off the top of my head. Maybe if it's modern day, I would have to say George Lucas. I would definitely love to. I would have loved to seen him work. You know, seen that mind at work. You know, I'm definitely a big George Lucas fan. I'm more of Lucas fan than I am a Star Wars fan. I believe he's a genius. You know, and the way he presents things, the way he held things off to some people might seem like this or like that, but believe me, everything that man did, he did for a reason. There was a lot of reasons he did everything, and you know, and even when you look at the prequels, people say, "Oh, why is it like this or that?" Well, you got to remember, he had to make a movie that revolved around the 3 movies, you know, the all the stuff that was going on, all the books, all the video games. He made sure it was all linked in, and you know how hard that is to try to link all those books and video games and things into the story so that it all, you know, goes smooth. In a way, it could only come out one way because some of the books have already predetermined what was going to happen, you know. So, you know, I think he did an excellent job in what he had to work with. Now, if he did the same thing Disney's doing, is saying, you know, no more books, no more video games, no more of this, we're going to have more room to write a story in, he might have been able to make a better story. But I believe that he cared too much. He cared too much about all the hard work that people put into the video games, the books, the toy lines, and everything else. And the movie, the prequels had to go along with everything that was already been wrote, you know, to where Disney is stepping off that boundary and they're going to actually create their own new story. So, you know, it should be interesting. So, yeah, definitely George Lucas. My favorite cartoons, Believe it or not, it's the same one as yours, Vampire. Thunder the Barbarian. I used to love Thunder the Barbarian, and two other cartoons I watched that just changed my life, and I'm not going to talk about them a lot now, and that's Watership Down and The Plague Dogs. Those movies, two movies, changed my life in ways that I can't even explain. Okay, next. Where would you bury hidden treasure if you had some? Oh, well, it'd have to be in the desert, man. That's the where things preserve the well, you know. That's if I were to bury anything around my area, it wouldn't make it a few hundred years before the nature took over it. So yeah, definitely the desert. That's the best place to put a time capsule of any kind. So, what is my favorite food? I love Italian food. What is my guilty pleasure? Star Wars, buying Star Wars toys. A movie I never get tired of. That'd have to be Star Wars and Highlander. I love those two movies. Watch them all the time. They're definitely awesome. An ideal woman. Wow. That's a tough one for me. I haven't found her yet. If I found her yet, then I would know. But since I haven't found her yet, I have no clue. When I find her, I'll tell you that you know, though. Okay. What am I scared of? Well, not that I'm scared of them, but I have to say the scariest thing on this planet is people. The things that people do is just it amazes me. That we could be so low and call ourselves so divine and stoop this stuff so low, and yeah, anyone who pollutes the water they drink is any species is one you really got to watch out for. So yeah, I would have to say people. Do I like to sing? Yeah, I definitely like to sing. Faith No More is one of my favorite bands. Mike Patton's a great singer. I love singing along with some of his stuff. Next one is favorite holiday. I love them all. But I have to say Christmas, because Christmas brings a lot of nostalgia of childhood, and so doesn't Halloween, though. And Easter, I mean, all of them do. They bring that nostalgia in different ways. So it's hard to pick one out of them all, to be honest. Yeah, they're all pretty equal to me, Occupations you wanted to be when I was a kid. I wanted to be a veterinarian when I was a kid. I always wanted to be a veterinarian. Do I believe in ghosts or aliens? Woohoo, tough one. I'm a moderator on DTV. If you guys haven't seen that, you can check it out. It's Disclosed TV. I write a lot of big forums and stuff. I stay neutral kind of in all this kind of stuff. I show what is out there and what what the debunkers say, what the other ones say, and you just gotta pick what you think you believe in, or more so. So I try to stay neutral because there is no proof denying or proving it. How can anyone really sit there and say that you really believe in this 100% and you don't believe in this 100% when there is no proof showing you otherwise? So I have to say neutral. I've always been neutral, into this subject. I have a lot of good ideas of what I think things are and what I think is going on. But if you wanted to check that out, go to DTV and read some of my forums on that. Okay, next up, what is my favorite store? Oh, I like a lot of the going to like Toys R Us and Walmart and Target and all those places to find the Star Wars toys, but I really wouldn't say they're my favorite store. No store is really my favorite store. They all try to rip me off and get something out of you, you know what I mean? And they're all overpriced and this and that. If I have to say my favorite store, I guess would probably be eBay. That'd be the best answer, because that's where you usually can get stuff, priced right or something, or a garage sale or something, I don't know. What is my favorite type of clothes or shoes? For my prep line would be like probably Tommy Hilfiger, and other than that, it'd be just Levi and leather jacket. You know, have I ever cried because you were so happy? Um, I've shed a couple tears in happiness. Yeah, definitely, definitely. On a base in Antarctica, what's the one item you would bring? Heater. Make sure I'm warm. I don't know, a big blanket. Um, I don't know. If I was on a base in Antarctica, maybe one item I could bring would be a big snowcat, some kind of big vehicle that if I had to get the hell out of there, I would be able to get out of there. I don't know. That's a pretty bad environment down there, So last question: what animal do I like? I like them all. I love them all equally in everything. I love all the plants and insects. I love nature. Nature is beautiful, and just because and it's weird, but we say things like this, and it's so human of us. It's what animal do we like the most? Well, they all have a soul in it. You know what I mean? Just because it's shaped differently, and you may say, "Oh, this one's cuter than that one," does it really make it any worse or bad? I mean, they're all the same soul inside of every living thing on this planet, whether it be a plant right down to an insect to, your household dog. Even people, just because certain people don't look right, or what some people would consider ugly, which I believe there's no such thing as an ugly person. There's somebody that sees beauty in everything, you know what I mean? If one person sees something that's ugly, another person will see it as beautiful. So therefore, there is nothing ugly and there really isn't nothing beautiful. That's all just our opinion. But inside of us, we all have the same soul, and every living thing should be treated and loved equal, and that's my opinion. I really believe in that, and I'm a big believer in that, and we should respect it, and definitely respect everything in nature. Alright, now on to the questionnaires, on to the video itself. Okay, the first question I had was from, I believe, Count Stankus. Count Stankus has a really good channel. If you haven't checked out his channel, definitely check it out. He does the Collector's Dungeon and stuff like that, and I've been live on a few of his shows. If you want to see me live on the shows, I believe we're doing one tonight. So Wednesday nights are his, usually when he holds his, I believe. And he asked if I would ever do diorama videos. And yes, I definitely want to do diorama videos. Dioramas are what I really made my channel to, be made for. And that'll be coming not anytime soon, but as soon as I can. I'm just trying to finish up building up a display room to where I can start bringing some stuff here. I keep most of my stuff in storage, so I don't have anything really to work with around me. So once I get that room done, I will start bringing stuff there and start working on some cool things, some permanent displays. So yeah, that will definitely be coming up on my channel. I just don't know when. Next question is from Ivy D. Winter. How did I start YouTube? I started out as a plant channel, showing how to grow African violets and stuff like that, and plants. If you really look on the bottom of my video list, you can see a whole lot of plants and nature stuff. So I started off doing that for this channel. I also have a channel that I did way back in 2007, 2008, which was on ancient mysteries, op arts, and stuff like that. I was one of the first person to post op art videos, which is out of place artifacts, things that don't fit into our history, but were found and they're just not talked about. But yeah, I started off doing that, and then I went to plants and nature, and then I went to doing my dogs. I also have a video game channel out there that's more newer. Yeah, I ended up converting the plant channel and my dog channel into a Star Wars channel. So if you look back, you'll see the first episode of the Molly and Daisy show, which is for my dogs. And I never did finish that. I really was hoping to do more work on that, but Star Wars kind of took over. Definitely check his page out if you haven't seen him. That's Ivy D. Winter. And next up, we got Vampire. He's part of the Collector's Talk, and he was part of the one that just asked me those 20 questions over there, and he's asking if I could choose the next Fallout City, which one would I pick. He knows I'm a big Fallout video game fan, and he plays it too. It's going to be in Boston, this one, for Fallout 4. So, but I was really hoping it was going to be New York City. New York City would have been awesome. They could have had a lot of stuff to work with. That would have been a great place. Just as long as they didn't go crazy with the subways. You know, I really hated going through the subways to get to certain areas and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely that would have been cool. Let me see if I have another question. And all right, Stormtrooper 913 Productions. That was Stormtrooper 913 Productions. He's got a really good channel. Go check him out. His question was the worst Star Wars figure, best Star Wars figure, and best Star Wars Hasbro vehicles. My worst figures were from since Disney took it over. I don't know if it's Disney's fault or Hasbro's fault. I'm not going to point my fingers or try to blame anyone. But yeah, ever since Disney bought Star Wars out, I've seen some of the worst figures in history of figure making. Put it that way. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable the defects in the stuff that has passed through Hasbro's quality control in the past year. It's unreal. I'm really disappointed in it. And I like doing happy reviews. I like showing everybody the cool figures and this and that. But it's really hard because I keep it real. I keep it honest for you guys. If I see a big paint splatter on it, I'm going to say something about it. I'm going to speak up for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you guys don't think I'm negative lately, because my videos have been very negative. I mean, every figure, I've had such a string of bad luck. Every figure I've opened up almost in the past couple months have had some huge defect on it, and it's like, oh my god. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Star Wars. I love all the figure lines. I'm just getting unlucky, and I'm just getting the worst of the worst from what I'm seeing, and you know, it kind of bums me out. So I have to say, any of the new line stuff. The best of the stuff was always the comic pack figures and the vintage line for me. Comic packs right on top for me, though. I love them. I've seen some really great paint apps on those figures. The creativeness, and it's just really awesome. And I really like getting them in a 2-pack too, with the comic book to read it on them. You know, that was very cool idea. I like those packs, and they make great display pieces too. And of course the vintage line, because they had some great paint apps too. You know, look at the Old Republic Trooper for an example. I mean, amazing work right there. And that's what I expect from Hasbro, you know. And this new stuff, I'm just not seeing it. For my vehicles now, the two best vehicles I've seen have to be the big Millennium Falcon and the big AT-AT. You know, those are the vintage AT-AT, I believe, and the Millennium Falcon with all the parts and the sound effects and all that. Those two were they were perfect, man. I just really can't see making them any better. Those were definitely still are my favorite vehicles out of all time, in the toy line at least. I want to thank everybody for giving me these questions. It was really fun to answer them. I want to give a quick shout out to everybody who commented on that video. So check these channels out. These are all great people. Omnicron78. And if you want to find these people, they're right on the Darth Vader and Tano Ahsoka 2-pack video. I'm just going through the comments in order. Omnicron78, he does great stop motion. Definitely check him out. MG Villain MP478, he's a great friend of mine. We talk back and forth all the time. He's got a great sense of humor. He's got an awesome collection. We've all been watching it grow and grow for the past year or 2 years, and really great channel. He only does the Star Wars and vintage. He's got a lot of vintage figures, so check him out. And T-Biz has got an awesome channel too, very diverse, Star Wars and Imagine X and tons of stuff, you know, comic books. Great guy. You definitely check him out. Bantha Pudum is a great guy too. I've done trades with him, and yeah, definitely check him out. He keeps it real. He's got a great page. Another one is Jedi Boy 345. Great channel, young reviewer, and it's really great to see the younger generation do it. He just reached his 50th subscribers, so let's see if we can't get him to 100. Check out the Jedi Boy. Definitely good reviews from him. Count Stankus, Count Stankus has got an awesome channel. He's very diverse. He's got so much of the vintage line, and he does Halloween props. He does vlogs. He does the Star Wars. He does everything. I mean, and he's got the Collector's Dungeon that he does every, I believe, Wednesday night, and it's a live show. I've been on it religiously for the past few weeks, so definitely check me out there. You'll love that show. It's great. Joe Eversole. Joe Eversole's got a really, really great channel. Very down to earth. I love his. He builds like custom wooden, stands for his display, his figures and stuff like that. And I've watched his collection grow so much over the past year, and it's been really fun watching his channel. So definitely check out Joe Eversole. Hobbyman Productions. Hobbyman. He's got the Matchbox. He's got the the Hot Wheels, and he's got Star Wars Mashers and a lot of other good stuff. He's very, very down to earth too. Great channel. He keeps it real. He's been on all of the Collector Talks live shows. I give him props for that. Great guy. Definitely check out his channel. Star Killer Customs. Great guy again. He does custom figures. He does a lot of Mandalorians. He always posts up his videos before he puts them on eBay. I haven't yet to buy a figure from him, but I will be, definitely, because he does really high quality work. You definitely need to check it out. NG Chris, he's been with me since the beginning. He's been very supportive. He's a great guy. Definitely check him out. Can't thank you enough for all the support you've given me over the year. And next up is IVD Winter, another great channel. Check him out. Very supportive guy. He's always leaves me good comments and everything, and I want to thank you for that. Next up is Vampire. Vampire is also on the Collector's Talk. He does martial arts. He does Star Wars. He does a lot of figures. He just does vlogs. Very, very diverse channel, and a very interesting person. I've talked with him for many hours, and he's a great guy. Very, very good. So definitely check Vampire out. Next up is Black Rabbit 3333, another really great guy, UK based. He does a live show, Talk in the Warren. It's in the Warren, and he does a lot of toy reviews and video games and this and that. And really great person. I've joined a lot of his in the Warren shows, not live with him, but in the chat room while he did his shows, and talk with him a lot. He's a really great guy. Him and Odd Pod and all them guys. Definitely check that out if you get a chance. Another great guy here, Carson Smith. A lot of Star Wars, all the lines, vintage up until now. Very interesting guy. He's got a lot of good videos. He does great artwork. I've given him many shout outs before. Definitely check out Carson Smith. He's definitely a good channel. It's worth watching. And Power of the Force 2. Power of the Force 2 does dioramas, just really good dioramas, and he's got some massive army building going on, and it's beautiful. If you want some good music, put on with a nice diorama and some army scenes, definitely check him out. That's a good channel. Just Metal 1969, another great guy. He's been very supportive of me over the years. Definitely, I want to thank him definitely for all the great comments he left me. Next up is Stormtrooper 913 Productions. He's another great channel. I've talked to him back and forth through emails before. Really good guy. Definitely check out his channel. Give him some support. Give everybody I've mentioned some support. These guys are all great. They have great channels, and I want to thank you all for watching this and actually sitting here through the whole thing and watching it. But yeah, definitely check everybody out. These are some great channels out there. I want to thank you all for the great questions and the opportunity to give you a good question and answer video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.